Alright, so I'm a technological fuddy-duddy. I don't know anything about technology or how computers or electronics works. But my camera, I bought a 128 gig SD card. I was using an 8 gig SD card and I was running out of high definition footage at around 60 minutes. And now, looking at the camera, it says that I have 16 hours of high definition footage that I can film. So that's how unknowledgeable I am. I bought that for $10 at Office Max. And it's amazing that what is that? 8 times 8 is 64, times 2 is 128. So whatever that means mathematically. It's that kind of growth that we've seen since I first got my camera in 2011. Yeah. I actually just changed the setting from high definition to like ultra high definition, and it went down from 16 hours of footage to 12 hours. It's 11 hours and 48 minutes, so 12 hours. So, I found on the streets of San Francisco a space heater that looks like this. But someone had cut the cord off. There were other parts. This is what it looked like when I got it. I ended up snipping off this part as well. I then went to the underside here and I took off these caps that were keeping the electronics safe. There's a white and a black cable here. The black cable is the negative and the white cable is the positive. But anyway, there was no cable or cord, but I knew that it probably worked and that I could probably fix it. It was probably just thrown out by someone who was trying to, get rid of like an old tenant that left their shit there. I noticed on here that it was 120 volts, 4 watts, and I don't know where the amperage is on here, but the amperage matched a TV that was about 2 blocks away from where I found this. Looked at the wattage and the voltage and the amperage, and then I went back 2 blocks and saw this, and saw that they matched, and figured, hey, I could take the plug out of the TV and then put it into this thing. So what I did is I took my heel and I smashed the TV where the plug was, and I was able to just, these things are like, you kind of like, all you have to do is basically just pull them out. So I just pulled it out. And I thought it would be very difficult. I thought I would have to use my soldering iron. I've already done this. I'm making the video so that I can show how I did it. I was able to smash the TV, take its plug, find a space heater that didn't have a plug, strip the wires, connect them, and then the space heater works. So that's why I'm making this video. The first part was taking this out of here, so I was able to just pull them out. I didn't actually know which one was positive or negative, so I actually have no idea which one is the positive or negative. Maybe if any of you out there have any insight, you could tell me. What I was planning on doing was just plugging it in, and if it turned on, then it worked, and I did it right. And then if I turned on and it started like sparking, I would immediately turn it off, or I would immediately unplug it, and then found out that I did it incorrectly. That's what I was expecting to happen if I did it incorrectly. Perhaps if I did it incorrectly, it would have just done nothing. But the first time I did it, the only time I did it correctly. So I don't have to worry about that. I know which one is the positive plug and the negative plug. But really, I think it matters because on this plug you see you have one that is larger than the other. Could one of you tell me which one of is the smaller one positive or is the bigger one positive? Like, is this the positive or is this the positive? Don't know. Second part was stripping the wires on here. They were connected sort of like this was in here and this was in here. Size 12 gauge according to my wire stripper. You can see that. There you go. I stripped about 1 centimeter worth of wire using this Burndy wire stripper that, you know, everyone has one of these, right? Like, does anyone make, is there another brand besides Burndy that makes something like this? I have no idea. Anyway, the next part of the process was trying to put them together. So I figured I would just, at first, instead of using soldering iron, I would use electrical tape. So we'll do that now. And like many of you out there who are super nerdy, I always fold over this so that it's easy to grab the next time. And I did that as well on the ends of the tape. And we needed 2 and 2. So then I took the plug. Now I have denoted that the black, through this electrical tape, I denoted the black was this. So maybe I'll try to zoom in on all this. Action. This is really intense action right now. Conveniently, this had like this little hole where I was able to input the wires from the TV plug. So what I did was I just slid this in here. Because they were like the perfect size. So I connected it like that, and then I took the electrical tape and I wound it around this. And then I did the same thing for the other side. I just slid it on in. Any wires that didn't get in slid in. Tried to slide in all the wires, and then wound it with electrical tape. And so, conveniently, there's this little area right here where you can put this little plug. It slides right in, and then I flipped this over so that you can screw it back in. And I have the screw right here. Oh yeah. Then using, I have a power tool, but I'll just use this for now. Isn't this exciting? Watching some guy on YouTube screw something in. How fun. The moment of truth was plugging it in, and we'll do this in the kitchen so there's no like wood or burnable things. I plugged it in here on this this switch has a reset button like in a bathroom for a hairdryer in case it gets like, I don't know what the meaning, like I said I don't know electronics, but I think that there's like a fuse in there, so if the fuse gets overloaded you won't get fucked. And here we go. It's supposed to like move on its own on the bottom. I believe that's what it's trying to do. Yeah, it is moving. Isn't that pretty cool? Well, I guess I'm just like stroking my own ego that I was able to do that, but it's that easy. So it turns out I did find the bottom of the space heater. It was in this collection of stuff, like shoe polishing stuff that I have, but that's it. And I'm going to attach it to the space heater, and then it will be safe for my roommate to use. Alright, here we go, starting the operation. If this is the wrong thing to be doing, please tell me. I don't know if like the super glue will react with the heat and then create like a fireball or something someday. Oh yeah, look at that baby go. So I've got it running for a little about 15 minutes now, and I've taken the tape off, or at least moved it from the top half, and as you can see, it has full movement to the left and full movement to the right. And it's really hot, like hot as a hairdryer down here. Above here, not so much. So I think, yeah, this is heat. This is just the level of air, but it doesn't really mean anything, actually. 2 isn't any faster than 1, and 1 isn't any faster than fan, and fan isn't any faster than 0.